unedited, unfiltered, raw. Welcome to our motherfucking YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen. And today I want to talk about how I stay 12% body fat year round. I think I'm around 12% right now, maybe 15. Trying to dip down into 10% body fat, but we'll get there eventually. Haven't gotten a workout in, nothing like that, but let me just break it down really quick to you guys. A basis of nutrition and things that I do to stay at this body fat. It's gonna be a short video. Hopefully I don't yap your fucking minds off. Anyways, look at that. Flexing is like that, relax is more like this. Anyways, all right, enough of the self-blazing. So here's how I stay relatively lean year round. I eat about 2,000 calories a day. On average, 1,900 to 2,000, some days up to 2,100. I get in 1 gram per pound of protein per body weight. I did an experiment where I did way less than that for 6 months, but still maintained mass. But anyways, just for satiety reasons, I like to keep it at 1 gram per pound. So at 2,000 calories, I'm eating anywhere between like 140 grams. I think some days is like 130, and if I'm really pushing it low, like 100. But yeah, man, I try to keep it at 130 up to 150. Let's just say that. I keep my fats at anywhere between 40 grams up to 60 grams a day, and the rest are carbohydrates. I love my carbs. I eat hella carbs, okay? I lift 6 days a week. Also, I get 20K steps a day and up to 30K steps a day. In addition to that, I don't have any dedicated cardio other than the walking that I do. I like to stay active as much as I can, okay? And 90% of my diet comes from whole foods. 90% of my diet comes from whole foods. I have a cheat meal maybe once a week. Okay, when I say 90%, I'm really pushing 100. The 10% is coming from sauces and stuff like that. Okay, I'm eating about 50 up to 60 grams of fiber a day coming from actual whole foods, non-supplemental versions of fiber. Okay, that is in addition to that. So I keep my fiber high. The leaner you get, the more you need to hyperfixate on things like that. I used to consume protein powders and stuff like that, but I don't anymore because I find the digestibility rate of that is too quick, right? Protein powder is cool for people that want to be like 20% body fat and but when you're trying to get down to 10% body fat, you really need to worry about the digestibility rates of foods. Not that protein powder is bad, but I don't want to diet off of willpower, okay? I don't like dieting off of willpower. Protein powders taste great, but in terms of digestibility, they digest too quickly, right? I'd rather eat a protein that's gonna take a longer to digest. So I really dictate what I eat based off of satiety, okay? It's not more say for the supposed pleasure of what I get from the food. In addition to that, what I founded to help me reduce even sauce intake, even though the sauces that I use on my meals are sugar-free, practically low calorie, is just salting my food. Make sure your macros are on point. And this is not just for weight loss. People say calories in, calories out. Okay, that's for weight loss, okay? This is for maintaining muscle, making sure your hormones are on point, and making sure, you can get lean. This is not the Seco shit that you want to hear for people that are just trying to lose weight, okay? This is for people who are trying to lose body fat, okay? This is a difference in losing weight and building muscle and losing body fat. All right, so I have a cheat meal maybe once a week, man, and this is how I look, man, just pretty much waking up. I'm at around 12 to 15% body fat, man. I'm trying to get down to 10%. Trying to get down to 10%. But I maintain this pretty much easily year round. If you go on my Instagram, you'll see that I've been shredded since I was a child. But I've had lots of moments in my life which I've lost the shreds. And one of the biggest mistakes that I continuously seem to do, even till this day, it's not about the fact that I get too lean. It's when I diet too aggressively. And one of the easiest things to mitigate diet fatigue is just ask yourself, am I eating enough? And that is the biggest mistake. When I was dieting off of 1,800 calories, I would wake up in the middle of the night starving. And then I would literally drink so much water as a way to cope with my hunger. But all I had to do, and no matter how I changed the macros, if I added more protein, less protein, more carbs, more fats, whatever I did to manipulate the macros, it didn't matter. It was just simply not eating enough, right? That was the biggest mistake I did. Now when I eat 2,000 calories, it's easy. I can be in a daily deficit about 700 calories a day, right? But when I'm pushing 1,800 calories, I'm starving, bro. And I'm not starving at all, actually, but it's just when I go to sleep, I wake up in the middle of the night hungry. So I can go to sleep 1,800 calories fine, but I will wake up in the middle of the night hungry. And that'll just make you eat more calories. Now, instead of eating 2,000 calories, you may eat 2,400, and that may slow down your deficit, right? And the reason why someone like me who weighs 140 soaking wet, I haven't weighed myself in over a year. I think I'm at 140, I don't know. Just make sure, man, you eat whole foods, you get in your proper macros, and you base it off your activity level. And if you're going to sleep hungry, you got to check, am I hitting certain macros and your calorie deficit? And then you also have to make sure that you are just eating enough. If you're not eating enough and you don't, that's a problem. Your calorie deficit shouldn't feel like death, okay? Anyways, world, till next time, peace.